Very nice. I've never seen anybody like start with a shout out around the room like that before. Very well done. And with all the shout outs you asked for, I thought, boy, these people, this is the work we're all doing together. This is why we show up every day. And every one of those questions that you asked. And I am very pleased to be here again with you. This is my last time as governor. This is the last time I'm going to have a chance to be here as governor, to talk with all of you and as a group. And I really want to reflect for a moment and just tell you how appreciative I am for the amazing work that you all do individually and collectively. And I wish I had the time to literally go from table to table to point out the unbelievable work that you're doing. And that's the beauty of Delaware. It's a small enough state, I can do that. And just imagine, if you can, where we would be without the not-for-profit community. I mean, I have some pretty good visibility into where we'd be. Because I go to work every day trying to figure out, to Sheila's last question, who of you, work to make Delaware better? That's my job. And I have a pretty good sense of the challenges that the people of Delaware face. And I have a pretty good sense of the work that's going on around the state to, in fact, make their lives better. And without you, the job would not be getting done. I am very proud of the work of our close to 30,000 state employees. I think they do an amazing job. But I think they would be the first to say that they can't do it alone. They don't do it alone. And again, I could, whether it's, I'm about to go down the path I shouldn't go down, but whether it's the work with those who are coming out of our prisons, to the work that's going on to help our foster kids see more opportunities, to those helping our seniors, to those feeding our families, to those providing workforce development opportunities, to those amazing families who have lost loved ones to the scourge of addiction, who are working so hard with each other and with the rest of us to make sure that no other family has to go through what they went through. I mean, it's unbelievable. And it's hard not to be emotional about it. So, I just really want to tell you how fortunate I think we are in Delaware. I remember, I think it was John Baker was reminding me this morning, I think it was 2010, when I had the chance to address one of the first convenings. I think it was in Clayton Hall, somewhere at the university. Was that? It was Dover? Oh, all right. Okay. I thought it was Clayton Hall. There was something else at Clayton Hall at some point, I think. Where's John? John, was there something at Clayton Hall? Yes, there was. Between Clayton Hall and Dover, and now there's been lots of stuff going on. But to see how this community, under the auspices of Dana, has really made sure that you are speaking, not of one voice, because there's so many interests represented, but when it comes to representing the not-for-profit community, when it comes to making sure that people throughout the state understand this is a workforce of 40,000 people and the importance of the role that you play in the economy alone, and let alone all the unbelievable work that you do to support our neighbors. I'm so appreciative that you have taken the time and made the effort to be working together. Because it does strike me, one of the things I have clearly learned, it is pretty rare that any of the people that you are serving can find all of their needs met from just one of the not-for-profit agencies here. Because, the truth is, you could be somebody who is coming out of prison, and you have a lot of services that might be, provided at the Achievement Center, but there are a whole lot of other groups that have to help out as well. And the same is true across, if we always look at it from the perspective not of the agency that we lead, or not of the agency that we work at, but if we look at it from the perspective of the people that we are serving, we are always going to be drawn to figure out how we can collaborate more effectively to make sure that all of the needs are being met, as opposed to just saying we in our one agency are doing a good job. And I think that is something we've really focused on within state government. And it's a conversation I've had over and over again with our cabinet secretaries. I tell them their job is not to lead the agency. Their job is not to defend the agency that they lead. Their job is to put the citizen at the center of everything they do. And when we do that, we're a whole lot more likely to get to the right answer. And so it is my sense that one of the great things that comes out of Dana is the fact that all of you, in addition to making sure you're learning as much as you can so that you run your agency really well, you also make sure that you're thinking beyond your agency when it comes to making sure the people you serve have a better future, as Sheila said. So for that, I am most grateful. It has truly been a pleasure and an honor for me to have the chance to work with so many of you. And when I'm not really, people keep trying to push me out and asking me if I'm winding down, which I'm not. I've still got nearly 8 months to go. And I'm going to work hard until the very, very end. But there's no question that as I reflect back, having the chance to serve the people of Delaware, working alongside so many of you, will be one of the real highlights. And I can thank you. I can, by far the best part, it's probably the best part of your job too, but by far the best part of my job is when somebody comes up to me to thank me for something because their life is a little bit better because of something that I've done. And the truth is, pretty much every time that they tell me that, I was at the Italian festival last night, these two kids, like one was 8 and one was 10, and came up to thank me for something that had happened in their family. And pretty much every time that happens, the truth is, the credit doesn't belong to any of us alone, you know that. The credit belongs to all of us. And this room is not big enough. The credit belongs to people throughout this entire state who are people of goodwill and willing to work hard and willing to put others before themselves. And that is the attitude that all of you bring to work every day. It's more than bringing it to work because that's the attitude, that is the passion that you bring to your life. And for that, I am most grateful. So with that, I get to introduce our speaker today, Hildy Gottlieb. She's a social scientist. She's the co-founder and chief boundary pusher at Creating the Future. That is a great title, the Chief Boundary Pusher at Creating the Future. A living laboratory where people who want a better world learn how to bring out the best in people in any situation through the questions that they ask in their daily lives. She began her career as a legislative aide to a city council member, and then, very wisely, she left politics. And she left politics to start and operate several successful for-profit ventures, and in 1993, she and her partner turned their business skills into making a difference. By 1998, she had grown frustrated with the lack of significant improvement, and she aimed her turnaround skills at social change and leadership systems. And that is what led her to Creating the Future. So we are delighted you are here today. You have the great fortune, and I hope you could tell from what I just had to say. Normally you stand up here and introduce the speaker, which I just did. Probably what's even more important than introducing you is introducing all of them to you. And what you have in front of you, this is a small state. We're a state of about 930,000 people. And we call ourselves the state of neighbors because we are connected. And it is our common commitment. You know, I think the last question that Sheila asked was the best question of all, which is how many of you are working to make Delaware better? That is what all of these people do every day, and they do it well. Thank you all very much.